the fuck
is going on, guys? I'm Ryan.
And I'm Kyle.
And this is the WTF Podcast, where we pretty much talk about anything we want. So, starting the episode off, how you doing today, Kyle?
Ryan, I'm doing pretty good. I could be better, but, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Little iffy start today. Had quite a day today. It was a little slow, waking up and all that, but, getting around, grabbing stuff. But I was curious to see what you have to talk about today in your first on your list.
So, I'm just going to go down the list right here. So, I got James B. Comey.
Who's that?
So, I think I forget what he's like not senator, but he's in, like, government or whatever.
Okay, and where's state is he in?
I don't actually know. But I've been seeing him on the news lately.
Okay.
The only thing that I've seen of him is his post that he recently posted. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know.
What did he post?
His 8647
8647. What's that supposed to mean?
So I did not know about this until he, posted it. Until everyone's like talking about it. But apparently, well, I know what the 47 means. It's basically in reference to Donald Trump, the current president, the 47th president, and 86 is a term. It's a term. It's like a restaurant term, but it's also it's like in reference to like taking, like the restaurant term basically, it implies like taking something off of the menu, or in other words, like, deleting someone. Let's just say it at that.
Okay. So you think he's planning on deleting someone?
Yes. I want to say a certain word that begins with a K. But
okay.
And he's getting into some controversy.
I would imagine so. Where was this published?
It was on. So he posted this on Instagram. And
what's his Instagram name?
I think it's just James B. Comey. You can look it up if you want. But yeah, he's been
Yeah, it's in like seashells or something.
Yeah.
What the heck?
He made it seem like he just found that seashells. He just found like seashells on a beach that he was at, just like that. But if I'm being honest, yeah, he
definitely organized that. That looks something definitely. Like that's something you would do as like a kid, like organizing the shells on the fucking floor.
He's getting made fun of about it. Like it's not doing him the best.
Really not. I think some of those are rocks.
Yeah, well they're all they're all seashells.
Yeah.
They're all seashells, and like there's actually people posting like their AI images of them saying like I saw one that said like Trump won, or like Trump's your president or something, but kind of like backfiring at him or whatever. But I
bet it would.
But like I never even knew this guy. To be honest, I never even knew he existed until he ended up in this controversy. But
yeah, this is the first I'm hearing of this person.
Yeah, so am I. But
yeah, the 8647. That's pretty weird. I mean, that's such a random thing to post, like in seashells and all that. And I wonder what beach he was at. But
I don't know. And he also like had pictures apparently of him with like a Biden Harris shirt on, and
Biden Harris shirt. So he's a Democrat.
Yeah.
He is a Democrat. Oh, I wasn't sure. Just for the record, I am a Republican, all right?
We both are.
We're both Republicans. But we like to hear other people's opinions on their sides of it as well. But speaking of opinions, I have some opinions on Netflix shows.
This should be good.
Some like Netflix adaptations or whatever. Like,
this should be
pretty
fun.
sure there was one of the newer adaptations that I know is a One Piece adaptation. I watched the One Piece show, which is a pretty good show, I think.
Is it the One Piece live action?
Yeah, the One Piece. I watched the live action. I obviously prefer the animation version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the One Piece live action, But I was pretty much wanted to talk about like how some of the shows adaptations are good and some of them really aren't.
Yeah.
Like, for an example, I think one of the shows is based off a game, which is The Witcher. The Witcher. So the first
Witcher's...
like I watched the first season. It was really great. Henry Cavill's great at that. Second season, I'm not really fond of that strong memory of that season. And then I heard the third season sucks.
I've only seen like the first 2 seasons. Well, I saw all of season 1, but I was watching season 2 and I was like, I don't really feel like it. But I'm like genuinely surprised like that the One Piece live action actually got me into the One Piece anime.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I thought you just were interested, like what the show was. But so, yeah, Netflix got you into it. Was there a certain character that got you into it, or no?
Well, I mean, just like, the fact that like everyone was saying only like great stuff about it, and I was like, really? Because like other like anime live action adaptations, like the Dragon Ball movie, the live action movie, that's like hated by pretty much everybody. I still have yet to see
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yes, Evolution.
Ukog, as we call him. Ukog.
Yeah, no. But everyone was just saying great things about the One Piece live action, and I was like, but I'm gonna be honest, I was still kind of hesitant. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, people are saying good things about it, but I'm not gonna watch the live action. I'd rather watch the anime first and then watch the live action, which of course I did. But I just prefer the anime. But I am really excited for season 2 that's coming out.
Yes, that should be coming out soon. And the other show is like Arcane. I've heard that's based off a game as well.
I've seen that.
I haven't watched it, so I'm not really one to judge it, but it doesn't seem like my type of show. But I've heard good and bad things about it.
Yeah.
What game is that based off of?
I think that's oh my god.
Is that League of Legends or something?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's League of Legends.
League of Legends.
I saw the first season. It was good.
Oh, you did see it?
It was good. I haven't seen the second season.
What's it about, really?
It's like, it's set in like, kind of like a steampunk, like, place or whatever. And, yeah, it's been like 5 minutes since I've seen it, but your favorite person is in there, Haley Steinfeld. She voices the main character.
She's a pretty good actress, I think. But, yeah, no, that show, I wasn't really going to watch it, but, yeah, no, that's...
You can watch the first season.
I could watch that. And then another part of that show has movies. I think, what was one of the movies? I'm sorry, I'm not...
That's
fine about that.
Well, speaking of movies, nice segue. James Gunn's Superman movie.
Oh.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
James Gunn's Superman. Me personally, I'm very excited for it because DC, and as you probably might have known, but if you're not aware, DC, well, in comparison to like Marvel, it isn't really at that level that Marvel is at right now. You know, albeit Marvel ain't really good either, but I mean, it used to be like on everybody's radar.
Crazy.
With like Infinity War and Endgame and just even before that. But now it's not really that good.
It was always hype seeing a Marvel movie come out. Now it's lackluster, as a matter of fact.
Although we did see Thunderbolts, which was
Thunderbolts.
It was
all right.
It was a lot better than Brave New World. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah.
Try not to be spoiler free. But that Thunderbolts movie, calling it the New Avengers, I'm not really on board with that.
It's a weird marketing strategy.
Yeah, I thought they were the Thunderbolts, and I'm pretty sure I saw a comic a while ago with the Punisher in the Thunderbolts originally, was he not?
The Punisher was in there?
I'm pretty sure he was a Thunderbolt, was he not?
Oh, I remember him being like part of the Illuminati, right? Well, with Doctor Strange, Moon Knight was in there, and then the Punisher, I forget. But going back to Superman, that was the original topic. Yeah. We kind of got off on a side tangent. But yeah, James Gunn's Superman. They recently just dropped the first official trailer for it.
Looks phenomenal.
Yeah,
I love the music in the first teaser. The music in that is
the music in the first
super good. That hooked me right in for that. Obviously, Superman himself, he looks like Superman. Henry Cavill looks like Superman. David Cornsweet,
David Cornsweet.
Yeah, he also looks good as Superman. He's definitely a skinnier Superman, but it's still fine. He looks awesome. Can't wait to see how he does in that.
Yeah. But you mentioned Henry Cavill, and that's kind of why it's kind of getting into some little bit of like controversy, specifically over Twitter or X. People are just bashing the Superman trailer because it's not, like people are saying like James Gunn is sort of copying Man of Steel pretty much.
So
with they show in the official trailer that like Superman's like being not arrested, but he's like being held by something by these like higher ups or whatever, and
the villains in that movie look cool.
Dude, Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor, yeah.
Like compare that Nicholas Hoult, who's playing Lex Luthor in this new movie, in comparison to Jesse Eisenberg, the previous Lex Luthor in Batman v Superman. Nicholas Hoult, so much better, so much better, and even probably not all of the Zack Snyder fans would agree, but I'm sure a lot of people would agree that Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor, comparison to Jesse Eisenberg's, is so much better. He's actually bald.
Yeah, he is bald.
He's actually bald.
Whereas the other one had long hair, right?
Yeah, whereas in Batman v Superman, he has fucking hair. Like, what the fuck, man? But what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah. But
and those.
Yeah, man.
I like his suit in that design.
The suit, yeah, that's another thing.
Also the symbol too. The symbol always kind of looks the same, but the suit. I like the suit he's wearing.
Yeah. Well, James Gunn, I remember him saying that when he was making the suit for Superman in his movie, he was trying to like combine all these other suits from like previous Superman iterations into just one suit. Like the symbol, the S, like on his, like the front of the suit, that's in reference to the Kingdom Come Superman, but instead of it being red and yellow, it's red and black in that comic, which I kind of like that because it's different a little bit. But the colors though are supposed to be similar to Christopher Reeve Superman, which not even Henry Cavill can beat in terms of being the live action Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, Henry Cavill is good, but until we see what David Cornsweet is capable of as Superman,
exactly,
I'm sure he's gonna do pretty good. I'm sure he's gonna do pretty good to great as Superman. But
everybody loves Henry Cavill Superman because he does a good job, and everybody knows anyone that thinks of Superman, they just think of Henry Cavill most of the time.
Yeah.
Or you think of the comics, whatever you want. But I'd say don't knock him down yet. We have to see how he does in the new movie.
People are just complaining, and like the movie's not even out yet. So just wait until you see the movie to form your opinion. Like there's people also talking about like how the color grading and like the editing and stuff, it looks cheap. It looks like something from it looks like a CW show, like one of those DC CW shows, like The Flash, Arrow, and all those other shows.
Is that a modern day Superman? Like, is that with like today's like technology? Like, how I mean is in today's world, 2025. That's what I mean. Is that in this year, or does that take place in
I think it takes place like right now.
It does?
Yeah.
It's present?
Yeah.
Okay, present day Superman.
But even though
so probably people on their phones taking pictures of him on the way. That leads into one of my segues is I'm getting a little tired of seeing like every single creature on the planet on their phone. Like I mean, I don't know if that's just me. I mean, I'm on my phone for just certain things, and other than that, I'm off of it, right? I'm seeing everybody else just kind of glued to their phone. Even like if you go to speak to someone, sometimes they just kind of lean over to the side and take their phone out just to act like they're doing something, just so they avoid conversation. And I think it's kind of backwards. Like, well, I don't know. It's
like I'm more on my phone like than you are. I'm trying to get better at it, but I don't know when that'll be. But like I'm trying to get better at that. But I just remember when you and I were at a friend's house. I'm not gonna say their name, but we were at their house, and it was just fucking awkward. And like, me, my other friend, me and my other friends, they were on their phone. We were all on our phones, and then I remember looking at you.
I was the only one that was just sitting there not on my phone. And I was like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, what are we doing? And it goes as far as putting VR headsets on your face.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to, put it aside. I have a VR. I have two, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
I think they're fun, play the games once in a while. I don't go on them every single day because I break my eyeballs.
Yeah, most of
and I don't want to keep dealing with eye problems. But, yeah, having a VR in your face. Like, there are a lot of good, fun VR games and virtual shit. Like the Apple VR is an Apple computer, is it not? It's like a computer in your face.
I don't remember. Yeah, I remember seeing a video about that. Like, it's basically just like a phone. It's basically just a phone on your, like a 3D, like almost like in a VR headset. Yeah. I don't know how else to explain it, but
I mean, the technology all about the VR is super, super advanced.
Yeah.
It's cool, but having that stuff right in your eyeballs it's not good, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean,
but yeah, back to your point on like people like just being like buried in their phones and all that. I don't know. It's
kind of sad. Almost. Yeah. Because I remember a time when I was younger. I mean, people were on their phones, but not as much as now.
Not as much as right now.
Everybody. Even, like, babies are on their phones.
They have, yeah.
Babies have their iPads.
Yeah, I was going to say, not on their phones, but just, like, iPads.
They're iPad
the iPad generation, like. Yeah. Whereas we went outside, bro.
It's crazy. They just to keep them occupied, they just put them on their phones. I mean, I'm not the one I don't have a kid.
Neither do I.
So. But I feel like you'd rather want to play with the ball or something. Yeah. But yeah, just enjoy. Everybody, middle school, high school, just on their phones. How do you communicate? How do you talk to somebody if they're just gonna be on their phone the entire time? It's kind of rude to me, at least. But do you have another?
Well, going off of phones, Tinder, man.
Tinder. How are you doing on? Do you have Tinder?
Yes, well, we both have Tinder, but I will tell you, I first got Tinder, a couple of years ago. It changed a lot. It's changed a lot now, but, yeah, Tinder, like, I'm gonna be real, I wasn't really getting anywhere, because, I'm not gonna lie, me and Ryan, we don't have girlfriends, but, and so, Tinder, I mean, I would rather much meet someone, like, in person, obviously, but I'm getting kind of desperate, but, well, I'm just Josh, I'm just exaggerating, but,
I only had Tinder for, like, a couple days. I didn't get really much
I've
out
had
of
it
also.
more so than Ryan has, but
yeah.
I will tell you, like, I recently, like, a few days ago, I think last week, I forget. I think it was last week. I was like, you know what? What if I just re-download it and, like, see what has changed? And I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not remember, like, the girls on Tinder being, like, mostly hot. Like, I remember when I first got Tinder, there was almost like a mix between, like, hot girls and, like, mid girls and then just, like, fucking ugly girls. But now, like, I have been getting a lot of, like, girls that I would, like, find attractive and I would want them to be, like, my, girlfriend. But, like, but yeah, I want to drag this question to you, Ryan. Like, how are you doing on Tinder right now?
Well, I only started a few days ago. I mean, I don't have much out of it. I've swiped right on a couple people, not many. I mean, I'm on it. I think I was on it earlier. I was on it earlier today, and then a little more yesterday. But other than that, I wasn't really on it that much. I haven't gotten any, like, interactions out of it yet. But we'll see how that goes. I've only just got it. But that's something that's been dying off lately.
What's that?
Arcades.
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 You know what they have?
They used to have so much color.
Yeah.
I swear they used to have. It was so much a vibrant, like awesome thing to be there. But now you can just you have an arcade at your house, pretty much. I mean, just go on like a console. But yeah, no, the arcades. It's kind of sad seeing like a whole lot of them die down.
Although there is one arcade in New Hampshire.
Oh yeah.
There's one. I remember me and my family went there. We went there one time. We've been there like a couple of times actually, but that place is pretty fun. It's got retro arcade games like Pac-Man, Galactica, I think Donkey Kong, the first like Mario game, like Donkey Kong or whatever that's called. I forget.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, they also have like.
They have Pac-Man.
Yeah, they also have like slot machines like.
Yeah. Yeah, you always put like your quarter on the side, like I'm next or whatever. I want to play next. If someone's already on the arcade game.
Well, that hasn't happened to me, but like I just saw like just a free, slot machine. I just went there. No one was like waiting for their turn to go next, but that place was fun.
That's what the arcades used to be. You go to the counter and you get a bunch of coins.
Yeah.
And or you just use your quarters or whatever, and then you go in the arcade, just fuck around, and
now it's just cards.
Yeah, you get fucking cards, and you put the money on the cards, and then that money is now virtual money for the arcade. Mm-hmm. Then you swipe that on whatever arcade game you want to play, and you play it, and not only do you not get tickets anymore, is now all your point tickets are on your card, so everything's just on your card.
Yeah, like
it's simplified. It's very easy now.
Like near me and Ryan, there's a place called, funny enough, Ryan's Arcade. It's not, you don't own it obviously, but
no, I'm actually the co-owner there. I actually helped them name it.
Yeah. But there's a place near us called Ryan's Arcade, and there's other Ryan's Arcade places around, right? It's not just like a massive.
I think there's like 4.
There's 4.
But I think we're only near one of them, and that one's just the recently built.
Yeah.
And that arcade is all right. It's got bowling. I mean, me personally, the arcade games are arcade games. What do you want from them?
Yeah.
Bowling's cool having there. Bowling's nice, and the food's okay. The drinks, on my personal opinion, like the alcoholic drinks, aren't that crazy. I wouldn't get it, but it's more like grab a beer and just sip on that type of deal. Yeah. Not really a beer guy, but yeah. The arcades are, and then upstairs I believe it has axe throwing and laser tag.
Yeah.
Laser tag, that room in there is hot.
I know.
I haven't done laser tag in general in a long time, and I remember going there to do laser tag like probably close to a year ago now.
It's been a year since.
It's been a year.
Since
we did laser tag?
Well, yeah, it was like last year.
Oh, it was last year. Okay. So yeah, we did laser tag, and the room gets so hot so quick. And you're fucking sweating in there, man.
I still remember I burned all of my stamina. I was just running around because we were with it was me, you,
and then 2 friends,
bars, and then these like little kids or whatever. Right?
Yeah, I obliterated everybody. They did not have a chance going against me. They did not win.
But I'm gonna be real. Like I said, I burned through all my stamina. I sprinted around the place, and I quite literally had to step out because one, it was hot in there, and two, I wasted all my stamina, and I was like,
I thought you were hiding at first. I was like, where is this kid hiding right now? Why is he just in one of the cardboard walls, just like trying to get out of there? And
no, I wasn't.
No, you stepped out, and I think I noticed out in the window on the side you were just on the chair. I was like, yeah, that's not where the laser tag game is.
I know, I'm tired, man. But
yeah, the arcade. Yeah, I'm more so talking about the vibrant look of the floor. You remember it used to be squiggles and
like the squares, like the shapes.
Yes.
I like the patterns on there.
Yeah, they don't have that anymore. It's just tile or rug.
Yeah, well they still do. Like I said, the arcade place that we went to in New Hampshire is still there, but they're not really.
It's
still
retro.
Yeah. They're not really as popular anymore.
But, okay. Yeah. Yeah, and they also added a whole. I believe they have VR games now, right?
Yes, they did.
They have VR arcade games where you just.
They used to have one at Ryan's Arcade.
Yeah, and you're sitting down for like a roller coaster ride, and you put the VR headset on, and the chair moves as if you're in the roller coaster. I mean, it's cool, and it's got some wind blowing in your face, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like I kind of miss just using the little sticks to fight back in like the Street Fighter type deals. Yeah. They don't have that. They just do like guns now, which is still cool. I still like shooting the guns at the TV screen.
They still have that like Terminator game. I still remember like doing that Terminator game even when I was younger. It was fun. But going back to the VR stuff, like I'm not talking about like the one that you did when you were sitting down. Remember the one we were standing up?
Yes, and we had to shoot zombies.
Yeah.
Yes, that was that'd be HTC Vive or whatever that one's called.
Yeah, I think that was
that one. Yeah. So
yours
that one was kind of ass. I mean,
yours wasn't even working, right? Or like,
they had to take a while to like configure and correct it, and it was just like taking super long. And I have better VR games on my Oculus at home, and that game was not that good. There's better games on the Oculus than there are on there.
Oh yeah.
For the VR games, at least, the arcade games are arcade games. I have another subject I want to bring up. It's you know about the three-toed sloth? The three-toed sloth?
The three-toed sloth. You know something? I feel like you might have mentioned this before, or haven't you not mentioned it?
I've never mentioned it.
You never mentioned that?
No.
What is this about?
I found something out earlier today, as a matter of fact.
Really?
The three-toed sloth moves so incredibly slow that algae grows on its fur.
What the fuck?
Yeah. What the fuck indeed.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know they could move so slowly to the point where algae can grow on their fur. Look up a picture of the three-toed sloth. Three-toed sloth.
Toed sloth. Oh, toad.
Toad. Yeah, three-toed.
I don't know why I was thinking like toad, like a frog. But
no. Three-toed. Like they got three toes. Yeah, those guys, those gray furry dudes.
You guys can't see it, obviously, but like,
they grow. They're so slow that they get algae on their fur.
That's wild.
I can't. How do you? I can't really picture that. See, some of them. See, they got a little green on their head. Especially this one.
Jeez.
Look at that one right there on the top right. Yeah, look at him. He's got fucking.
Oh my god.
Algae on his arms.
Jesus.
I'm not really sure how slow they really go.
Probably fucking slow to get algae on them, bro.
I think their only tactic is they eat for so many, for so long, and then they crawl down only to go to the bathroom, and then they crawl back up.
What?
Or I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive. I think that's exactly what to do. Three-toed.
Why didn't school teach me about this animal, man?
Schools. They teach you some things, but a lot of unnecessary stuff. When was the last time, other than engineer guys and all that, if you're working at a Stop and Shop, right?
Yeah.
When are you going to use geometrics on a cashier?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
When are you going to, even for carpentry, you don't even need to know why, MXB squared equals triangle. Like, you don't need to know that.
You don't need to solve for X.
No, you don't.
For X and stuff like that.
No, you don't need to solve for anything. Find the square root for this fucking piece of fucking wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was well-deserved moment for a what the fuck. Another, sort of a what the fuck moment is that, you know about the new, there's going to be a new John Wick movie.
There is?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But here's the thing. Yeah. But here's the thing. You're going to say it again when I tell you this. John Wick's not going to be the main character.
Why?
The new John Wick movie is called, I think, The Ballerina from the World of John Wick. It's not called John Wick 5, but it's called From the World of John Wick, The Ballerina or something. I mean, we saw a trailer for it.
I think we did, but I don't remember anything of it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna pull the trailer because copyright, but like, I think I don't really know much of it either, but I want to say that this is like a prequel of some sort. But here's the thing, though, like I don't know where this new movie's gonna fit in. And I actually remember another like spin-off series that's like based on the world of John Wick called the Continental, the hotel that they're at.
I think you mentioned that
Yeah.
a while ago. The Continental.
There's 3 episodes, all of which are like, I think they're like an hour long.
An hour long.
But there's 3 episodes, so it's like 3 mini movies, I guess. But it was good.
I've heard some things about it.
It's on like
I never watched it.
I don't think it's on Netflix. It's on like something.
HBO?
No,
Not Hulu.
Let me look it up actually. Continental
Well,
show. It's on Peacock.
oh, it's on Peacock.
It's on Peacock. You could watch it. I don't have Peacock, but I forget where I watched it actually. It was like I don't remember. It was on like some like website, but like yeah, content. Yeah, it's alright.
I like the John Wick movies. Those movies.
The John Wick movies are fucking awesome.
I like the last one he was in.
John
that
Wick
one
4?
ended. It was so
Yeah.
crazy. It was.
And that's why, like, when we saw John Wick's literally in this new trailer, the ballerina trailer, and I was like, where does this fit in? Because, like,
I thought
John
he died.
Wick's story's already over. Yeah. Or maybe it's an actual sequel and, like, he didn't die or something.
Yeah,
But, and you know who else is going to be in this new movie?
What's that?
Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus, Walking Dead man.
Mm-hmm. And Death Stranding
Daryl?
guy, but yeah.
I know him as The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead was also a good
Dead.
show. I watched it for a couple seasons, and then I took a break from it just to, do whatever, because I was in school and whatever.
Yeah.
And
Same here.
I came back after maybe 2 years, and then I was just, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It changed.
I stopped. Yeah, there's a lot of like spin-off series of that show now, but I remember I got up to like I want to say the 5th season. Yeah, I got up to like the 5th season because like the episode runtimes were usually like 40 something minutes, 43 minutes probably.
43 minutes for what?
For like an episode of The Walking Dead.
Oh, The Walking Dead. Yeah, it's usually at AMC, when they would publish it on TV before all the apps came out.
Yeah.
They would do it. It's an hour long, but it was 20 minutes of like ads in between said episode.
Yeah.
So that's why it'd be around
like
40 minutes long, but it's 20 minutes.
I remember I got to I was gonna get to this one episode in season 5 that was like 60 minutes. I was like, why is it this long? And then I was like, you know what? I don't know. I put it off because I had the thought like maybe I'll watch it the next day, but to be honest, I think like other shows and movies came out and I was more focused on them. But if that one episode that wasn't 60 minutes, if that didn't exist and it was just a regular runtime, I still would have probably kept watching it because like I never saw Negan and everyone said how popular Negan was.
Yeah, he was awesome. He's like one of my favorite characters in that show.
Yeah. He killed Glenn, unfortunately. Even though I never saw that episode, but I know that it happens. But
yeah, he was a badass motherfucker.
But yeah, Glenn, got his revenge essentially in 3rd season of Invincible. Which
yes, he was.
That was
Invincible. That's also a good show on Amazon Prime. But another new movie that's coming out. Not only is it Superman, but sticking with the superheroes, Fantastic Four. First Steps.
Fantastic Four First Steps.
I'm hyped to see the Human Torch. He's one of my favorite Marvel characters. My favorite Marvel character would be Ghost Rider because he's awesome. But yeah, Fantastic Four. That movie looks fun.
Yeah,
I think having Galactus in there.
But I will say though, I still remember when I first heard that Pedro Pascal, of all people, was going to be Reed Richards. I quite literally said to myself, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But
he's in everything. He's everything.
He's in fucking everything.
Like he's
it's
the
crazy,
Mandalorian.
man.
He's in Star Wars. He's in Marvel. He's in
He's in The Last of Us.
He's in
That's
The Last
currently
of
airing
Us.
right now, even though if you've been keeping up with Last of Us Season 2 right now, he got, but...
Yeah, that Last of Us Part 2 game was just... I never played it, but I saw...
I'm going to tell you right now, I feel like the game, Last of Us 2,
better.
as of right now, is better than the second season. Because, I mean...
Well, the second game wasn't good, so why would the second season
I mean, neither are good. Neither of them are good, but, like, I would honestly rather... Like, I was actually kind of thinking of, like, replaying, The Last of Us Part 2, but then I was like, you know what? I'd rather re-download Spider-Man.
Yeah,
but,
Spider-Man's good.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal, Fantastic Four, but, yeah, no. Yeah, Fantastic Four is going to come out, like, around the same time that Superman's going to come out.
Man, yeah, so... I think it
They're
goes
both in
July 11th, Superman,
Yeah.
July 24th, Fantastic Four, and then Jurassic Park something.
Jurassic World Rebirth.
Rebirth, and that's with Scarlett
Scarlett
Johansson. I know her as Black Widow, but yeah.
Everyone does.
Yeah. She's going to be the main character in that. That movie, I mean, I like dinosaurs. I was a dinosaur kid. I like dinosaurs. That Jurassic Park has always been cool. I always found it very interesting to see what would happen if dinosaurs were in the world of now, and how terrifying that would be. I mean, all the other movies showed it off, and reasons why you shouldn't bring back prehistoric creatures.
Like, I think they say in this new trailer, they were like, the dinosaurs that are on this island that they're going to, they were supposed to be at Jurassic Park, the very first park, but they couldn't go there because, like, there's something strange about them. And I think there's this one, like, new, I think there's going to be there's going to be like a new T-Rex type dinosaur over there, but
was it like another scientific one where the abominable Rex?
I don't know.
That Jurassic World Dominion or whatever. No, it's not Dominion. Dominion I never really saw. I did see it. I just don't remember it.
I saw
Jurassic World with Chris Pratt, right? Mm-hmm. That one was all right. I like that.
I saw Jurassic World, and then the second one, Fallen Kingdom, and then I didn't see the one where the old characters came back.
Yeah,
I didn't see that one.
I remember seeing them, but that's about it. I don't remember much from that movie.
Yeah, after Fallen Kingdom, I was like, I'm kind of done. I'd rather watch the original movies, but...
yeah, but those are the three movies. July's a big month. A lot of stuff coming out in July.
Summer is going to be awesome. Like, July is going to be nice.
Will be crazy.
It's going to be
And
awesome.
I have a question, Kyle.
Kyle.
And to you guys listening. The things that you eat before bedtime. Do you snack on something before bedtime?
Not often.
Not often?
Sometimes, though, but...
What do you like to snack on when you're...
Well, the last thing I did, it was like weeks ago, but, like, I had, Lifesaver gummies, the rest of my, like, Lifesaver gummies.
Lifesaver gummies.
I prefer the gummy Lifesavers over the hard candy Lifesavers, but, yeah. What do you
For me, like, late at night if I'm not playing any games or anything, and I'm just downstairs on my laptop, just watching some shows or whatever, and usually I'll either snack on some pretzels. I like pretzels. Like I got these recent like pretzel sticks. Yeah. Right, they're like a little box. They look like a matchbox, and a bunch of pretzel sticks in there, and they taste pretty good in it. They're nice, small, and easy to eat. Pretty nice. I like. They also taste good. And other things I've snacked on, like Lay's chips. I mean, everybody's had Lay's chips. No one doesn't. Probably people haven't had, but a lot. Lay's chips. I like Lay's chips. I
sort of like I've been like cutting back on those chips, like Lay's chips, Doritos, Cool Ranch Doritos, cutting back. I like. You know what? Fuck it. I might have some today. I don't know, because it has been a while. But I used to like snack on those like constantly. But
what about goldfish? You like goldfish?
Goldfish, yeah. I still have those as a snack. Not before bed though, but like I still eat them as a snack.
Yeah, and also think about like snacks and all that. Some snacks also haven't been like made anymore. Like some have been like cut off. I think for an example, they brought them back recently, but Devil Dogs. I used to eat Devil Dogs a decent amount of time, and one year they just stopped making them, and I was like, no, You can't do this to me.
I was your number one customer. It's like, yeah.
I loved you, Devil Dogs. But yeah, they stopped making them for a couple years, and then they brought them back, and I was like, thank you. Was there any snacks that got cut off for you? Like that you liked?
I still remember. I will never forget. I still remember the strawberry like Cheerios or whatever.
Strawberry
the pink,
Cheerios.
They had like it was like a mix of like
those were a thing.
Yeah, there was like I think they used to make them when I was like pretty young. Like the strawberry Cheerios. As they threw like a couple of like the little pink Cheerios in there, and bro, let me tell you, I was their like number one customer, and then like they just stopped making them, and I was like why? Like I was eating them, and my parents were like, well, maybe people just don't really like them, and I'm like, but I like them. Like, come on.
Did you organize the Cheerios like the dude organized the numbers, the shells on the beach? That guy, what was his name? James Comey.
James Comey. Yeah. No, I didn't do that. I feel like I have, but I don't know.
So they were just strawberry tasting Cheerios.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Honey Nut Cheerios. That's kind of basic, but yeah. I like the Honey Nut Cheerios. Who doesn't like Honey Nut Cheerios? The ads everywhere. The commercials. I remember all the commercials that for cereal.
The Reese's Puffs commercial.
Reese's Puffs, Reese's peanut butter chocolate, peanut butter chocolate. Yeah.
Where is that kid now? I don't remember.
I don't know where he's doing. He's probably making it somewhere. But I missed the Cocoa Puffs ad. I'm Cocoa Puffs.
Well, you know what? Yeah. They probably still show all these commercials like on like Nickelodeon or something, but we don't really watch those like anymore.
No,
we're grown, you know. But
yeah, we're always on our laptops now.
Yeah.
Doing whatever needs to be done.
The only ads that I see are like the ads on YouTube.
Those are so annoying. Yeah, it was one thing for having one ad in the video. It's another thing to have 3 ads that you're forced to not skip on a video.
Yeah.
Those ones piss me off. I'm like,
2 unskippable
God.
ads.
Yeah,
it's like
so bad. And they're like, you guys want YouTube Premium, so you can stop getting these ads. Yeah, no, I don't want to spend money. Thank you.
I was sort of thinking about getting YouTube Premium because I've just gotten sick and tired of
the ads. Isn't there some benefits for YouTube Premium? Like, can you get movies and shows?
You can see the dislikes. If you get like YouTube Premium,
you can see dislikes. I remember you can just used to see them at like general.
Just generally, yeah. But people were like, "Oh, we want the viewers to like support the creators instead of like bashing them." But like,
you should know if your video is good or bad.
You're literally silencing like free speech. But like, anyways,
sorry guys, I'm taking a sip real quick of my drink.
Yeah, we kind of got off on like a side tangent, but like bringing back a little bit. One of my points here, Dragon Ball Daima.
What about Dragon Ball Daima? Yeah, that was a good show.
It was.
Akira Toriyama's last writing piece. He sent us off with a good end, I think.
And it has even though it's already over, as of right now, but like, I would say that it's finally over because the last 2 episodes of the dub like just dropped.
Oh yeah, that was those guys sounded amazing.
Christopher Sabat and Sean Shamel, or I guess I should say like Sean Shamel over Chris Sabat, even though you and I, Ryan, are both Vegeta fans. But Sean Shamel, he went.
You could tell he fainted, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He fainted 1 to 3 times, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, he sounded amazing though. He was pissed. He was he went in, man. He went in. I would scream louder, but I wouldn't want. Yeah, but the animation in that show too, like up to date animation, like back the only really good animation in Dragon Ball, it was back in the day, were certain fights, and then the best animated was Dragon Ball Super, the final episode, where it was super animated. Everything was beautifully drawn. Yeah. And then Daima came out, and then that just knocked it out.
I still remember, like, people were complaining, and when Dragon Ball Super was airing, they were saying, like, oh, the animation isn't, like, up to par or something. Well, I don't know if that's what they said, but, like, yeah, people were just complaining about the animation of Dragon Ball Super, and they were, like, comparing it to, like, they were saying, like, how better, like, Dragon Ball Z was in terms of animation than Super. But
Funny enough, when we were trying to start this podcast off, we were trying to buy a headphone adapter thing that...
You want to talk?
Yeah, let's talk about
this?
that.
All right.
Why not? So we were trying to use 2 mics just so we can have an easier time talking, right?
Yeah.
And we bought this.
Dual headphone adapter.
$12, or $12.65 or whatever it was. Yeah, and it just lets us hear in the
doesn't work.
audio. We were trying to get 2 mics working so you can just do whatever, but no, that just had to happen.
Yeah.
And on our way to just park somewhere, some dude did not even stop at a stop sign. He just plowed right through.
Yeah.
Did not even stop whatsoever. People are driving scary out here, man.
They sure are.
But Massachusetts area.
Yeah. To go back to like the microphones or whatever, if you're wondering what we're using to record this audio right here, we are quite literally using a headset. It's a I forget. Do you know?
It's like an HX or whatever. I don't know what that's.
Hyper X or something. I think it's a HyperX or something.
I don't know that brand.
Is that what the name is? I think
we're in a car right now.
We've been doing this in the car, I guess.
Yeah, because we didn't really.
Yeah, it's a HyperX headset.
HyperX headset. So yeah, we just have that in the middle of the car, right where the shifter is in the car, and we just have the mic standing up right below the radio, and we're just talking near it.
Yeah.
And we have this recording on a laptop.
Yeah.
On top of the screen in the front dashboard.
Yeah.
Of Kyle's car, and yeah, dude, that's how we're rocking this first episode.
Let me tell you, if we had our own studio, like this is why we're recording the audio, because like if we had our own studio, or not like studio, but like just a place,
just a room.
for us, room for us to record, you would like be able to see us, like
we are probably soon enough gonna do a video version, so you get to see how we're expressing our hands while we're talking.
Yeah, one of these days, but not right now.
Not right now. Well, probably be a future thing if this goes well.
Yeah.
Or if we just want to keep doing it, because why the hell not?
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
And yeah,
and
we will eventually have a guest on here.
Guest on here. We'll probably bring on one of our friends if they're willing to do so.
Yes.
Or just maybe someone else. I don't know.
Yes.
This show is pretty much, as I said, like an hour ago. We're just going to be talking about whatever of interest to us. And if you guys liked it, thank you, for listening.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry, I was going to say, but you kept like interrupting. A cop car just like drove by us, and I was kind of skeptical.
He was like, "Oh my God, they're gonna find out we have weed in the car," which we don't. But they don't.
Like
know
they're
that.
doing a podcast out here. Like, what the hell?
Imagine he came up to us like, "What are you guys doing here?" Like, "Oh, we're just recording a podcast." Let's turn it off. No.
No.
We're gonna record this for our own safety. We have our rights. Yeah.
Do you have any?
Want to wrap this up?
Yeah. I mean, we've been recording this for like almost 50 minutes.
50 minutes.
Exactly,
that's fine.
Almost an hour. Yeah.
That's a decent listen if you guys enjoyed us rambling and rambling on. Yeah, this has been What
the
Fuck. Thank you guys for listening to the WTF Podcast. We will sure to be soon to be posting more of these on this
on our new YouTube channel.
Yeah, on the YouTube channel, WTF Podcast, with Ryan and Kyle.
Make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already. If you want to hear more,
make sure to check our merch. And the cop car is coming around.
We don't
again.
have
Yeah,
merch.
you gotta hurry up this home.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. What do you have to say?
I was gonna say, well, thank you guys for listening, and we're soon to put this on Spotify, maybe at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, put this on there. And
maybe this episode will be on Spotify, and we just don't know it.
We just don't know it. Yeah, you probably hear this on Spotify. The people that are listening on Spotify right now, thank you for listening on Spotify.
That is if we ever get on Spotify, but
but it's on YouTube. Thanks for listening on YouTube, because this is going on YouTube. Yeah. We'll be seeing you guys later.
This is a long ass outro, but yeah. This is Kyle, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
See you.